अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
वाह मामा, क्या स्वाद है।
अरे मेरे राजा,
मसाला केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
These are not media trials. These are strong campaign-based issues. Journalism which has brought the truth out. The only thing that sustains is public interest. Public interest is national interest. What happens when AI comes in a big way? How many jobs does it create? And how many jobs does it take away?
When we look out at the world, Samir, we look for partners. We don't look for preachers. Engaging America has become more complicated. You all know why. Having a neighbor that is an epicenter of global terrorism.
India in 2025 saw many international diplomatic moments of India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, who literally turned international politics and the diplomacy that comes with it into an art of savage roasts. From jeering comments on Pakistan to calling out Trump and Western hypocrisy, here are the top roast moments of the year 2025, where Jaishankar served cold but harsh truths month by month.
All big countries are unique to an extent, but we would certainly hope, to the extent we think of, say, as a universal aspiration. Ideally a reality, but at least an aspiration. It is in large part because India chose a democratic model after independence. And it chose a democratic model because we
You're watching Republic.
From your smartphones to your smart TVs, trending stories are breaking the internet. Tonight we have viral stories that you just can't miss. First up, Bangladesh has dropped a shocker as IPL 2026 broadcast has been banned in Bangladesh after Kolkata Knight Riders dropped Mustafizur Rahman following a BCCI directive. Also on the show are videos of Maduro in his rare presence where he has been seen surrounded by the United States security forces and is currently presented in the courtroom in New York. Next, we have the Critics' Choice Awards giving us unforgettable viral moments from Timothy Chalamet's sweet shout out to Kylie Jenner to Jimmy Kimmel roasting the President Trump. Back home, shocking visuals from under-19 school games in Barmer, Rajasthan shows players and coaches allegedly sleeping on floors sharing a single toilet. The outrage is raising questions about athlete welfare and accountability. And finally, a shocking tragedy from the United States is dominating the headlines as a 27-year-old Nikita Rao, an Indian-American woman, was found murdered by her ex-boyfriend in an apartment on New Year's Eve. We have this and a lot more packed in this episode of Trending. I am Tanisha Avasthi. Let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, there is massive outrage in India following the back-to-back atrocities on Hindus in Bangladesh. Well, that was just the start, the repercussions of which quickly snowballed into sports as well. In the latest, Bangladesh just dropped a shocker. The country has banned IPL broadcasts. Yes, you heard it right. The entire IPL 2026 is off air in Bangladesh until further notice. This comes right after Kolkata Knight Riders dropped Mustafizur Rahman, a Bangladeshi player, following a BCCI directive. And now Dhaka says that the decision is in public interest. Now, this entire storm did not start today. It began the moment Mustafizur Rahman was brought in by Kolkata Knight Riders for a massive 9.2 crore final prize at the IPL auction. His inclusion immediately sparked a political flashpoint here in India, especially with tensions already high over attacks on Hindu minorities in Bangladesh. Suddenly, Mustafizur's selection wasn't just about cricket. It became a debate about timing, optics, and of course, politics. All right, joining us live on that is my colleague Himanshu from the digital news floor. Himanshu, what really are the specific reasons that triggered Bangladesh to take this decision of banning complete IPL broadcasts from their own country? They've issued a directive saying that no IPL will be broadcasted in Bangladesh.
Tanisha, this is nothing new. Bangladesh probably are resorting to a tactics. They think they will arm twist India, but it's not going to succeed. And who is going to lose on it? Basically, Muhammad Yunus's regime, they are not in good books with India, definitely with Hindus being attacked in Dhaka. I think if they would not have probably stopped IPL coverage, India would have done that. So basically, it's India's snub to Bangladesh, not the other way around, Tanisha.
Right. Also, Himanshu, having said that, this arm twisting tactic, like you said, is not going to work with India, of course, because it is their loss, not ours. But having said that, do you also think that Bangladesh is somewhere or the other red-faced after we issued a directive to remove one of their players who was hired by one of the teams here in India? What do you think would be the next step that Bangladesh would be taking as far as the sport is concerned?
Well, at first place, I am of the view that KKR should not have gone ahead and bought Mustafizur in the IPL auction. Now, having said that, BCCI is trying to take all these corrective measures. Probably it's not yet late. They should simply tell that Bangladesh won't be allowed, no players would get visas in the upcoming ICC World T20. So don't give them a chance to snub. Basically, it's time India should put its foot down and show that who is the boss here.
All right, Himanshu, thank you very much for getting us those updates. Moving on, viewers, quickly to the other stories that we are tracking. New visuals came in just a few moments back from New York, which shows the deposed Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro arriving at the federal courthouse in New York. Ladies and gentlemen, he is now awaiting trial in New York City on federal criminal charges, including narco-terrorism conspiracy and cocaine importation conspiracy. Nicolas Maduro spent over 24 hours in one of the most notorious United States jail when he appeared in court on Monday to face charges that could potentially keep him imprisoned for life. The ousted Venezuelan president and his wife were placed with roughly 1,330 inmates at the infamous Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn on Saturday following a surprise nighttime raid that involved a United States warship, a plane and a helicopter. And well, here are some more angles of Nicolas Maduro heading to Manhattan courthouse in his first appearance before a United States federal judge. He's seen here arriving at the downtown Manhattan heliport near the Wall Street. Maduro was indicted on 4 counts: narco-terrorism, conspiracy, cocaine importation, conspiracy, possession of machine guns and destructive devices, and conspiracy to possess machine guns and destructive devices. The First Lady, meanwhile, is accused of ordering kidnappings and murders, as well as accepting bribes in the year 2007 to arrange a meeting between drug traffickers and the director of Venezuela's National Anti-Drug Office. All right, joining us on the broadcast is NG Cole. He's reporting live from Jordan. Thank you very much, Cole, for speaking to Republic this evening. What do you think is the courtroom going to pronounce this verdict on as far as Maduro is concerned? We believe that the arguments are taking place. He's already arrived at the courtroom. He's present there as we speak.
Yes, good morning from Jersey City. Yes, a lot of developments within the news itself, and thank you so much for having me here. Again, we have to understand a couple of things here. This is an operation that happened within less than 3 hours overnight. So as everybody was sleeping, you know, in their rooms, in their buildings, U.S. operations came in, Delta forces came in, and it was an extradition. You know, it was an extradition operation, so it was pretty precise. I believe U.S. officials are calculating 150 planes and drones were circulating the perimeter when they were coordinating this attack. Again, this attack it was in plan for a couple of months already. Early summer, that's the projection that the U.S. has placed. Yeah, this is definitely a big win. A lot of Venezuelans right now, a lot of my sources on the ground are just, you know, liberated and feeling this almost cathartic feeling of unrealness, where it's been 25 years of this oppressive government that stepped in, essentially pitching itself as a socialist, but Maduro essentially running this country to the ground. So again, this is pretty unprecedented for a lot of Venezuelans that are here. The operation has been dubbed Operation Absolute Resolve. Again, the point of this was to coordinate operations just to come in, extradite Maduro. And again, he is facing a 4-count indictment before the judge Alvin Herrlenstein. He's a 92-year-old federal judge. Again, we'll see what these charges lead to, but a lot of officials and judicial attorneys are saying that this case may last about a year because Maduro does have to create a proper defense. So a lot of the estimates say that this can drag on for an entire year in litigation until, you know, arresting Nicolas Maduro and prosecuting him to the fullest extent of the U.S. law.
Now, that was about the legalities of the case, where there are experts that are pointing out to the fact that this case could nearly stretch about for a year. But when we talk about the situation in Venezuela, where do you think is Venezuela going to land up next in, keeping in mind that the vice president in Venezuela is currently the interim president?
Yeah, so Delcy Rodriguez, right? She is inherently, you know, one of Maduro's extended hands. There are about 4 power brokers that essentially exist within the U.S. government. You have Vladimir, who controls practically the defense of Venezuela. You have Delcy Rodriguez, who ended up stepping in as the vice president. In the constitution within Venezuela, once a sitting president has been taken away, they have 30 days in order for re-elections to occur. Again, there's been a lot of controversy with kind of how the pieces have been laid out in terms of the political arena for Venezuela. We've seen that the Trump administration has declared that they will be stepping in, taking pretty much the bare control of Venezuelan oil infrastructure and improving those infrastructure measures. Again, at the end of the day, a lot of analysts are asking, was this really about drugs, or was this perhaps something a little bit more, resorting into American imperialism? Right. The answer to that is it's multifold, right? It's U.S. is intervening, but they are deciding to let this play out, right? Marco Rubio and Pete Hegseth went on a press conference recently as well at Mar-a-Lago and stating that they would, you know, essentially create a committee, a transitionary committee that would go through judicial process. So a lot of people are just asking, what does an intervention with the United States look like? Right. That's been kind of the direction that the United States has taken during these developments.
Yes, Cole, thank you very much on that note for joining us here and sharing your views on that story. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, to the other story that we are tracking. Now, there are viral moments from the Critics' Choice Awards that we bring to you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take you straight to the most viral moments from the Critics' Choice Award. The moment that everyone has been talking about. Timothy Chalamet, sweet shout out to Kylie Jenner during his Best Actor speech. Watch this on your screen.
Lastly, I'll just say thank you to my partner of 3 years, Thank you for our foundation. I love you. I couldn't do this without you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And well, that wasn't it. Jimmy Kimmel was in peak roast mode, and his target was none other than President of the United States, Donald Trump. Winning Best Talk Show, he joked, and I quote, "I want to thank our President Donald Trump for all the ridiculous things you do every day." The crowd loved it. Social media erupted in Kimmel's comeback after his ABC suspension is now trending harder than the award itself.
I want to thank our President, Donald Jennifer Trump, without whom we would be going home empty-handed tonight. So thank you, Mr. President, for all the many ridiculous things you do each and every day. It's been a banner couple of weeks, and we can't wait to get back on the air tomorrow night to talk about them. Thank you, everyone.
And meanwhile, Chelsea Handler delivered one of the funniest punchlines of the night, talking about Leonardo DiCaprio stuck on a yacht in St. Barts. She joked it was like the Titanic, but worse because Jeff Bezos was there. The line exploded online with many having a laugh over it. It had all the ingredients of a viral moment. This is where you need to watch the viral moment.
Here, thank God. Leo almost didn't make it tonight because he was trapped on a boat in St. Bart's. It was just like the Titanic, but worse because Jeff Bezos was there. Leo's here, thank God. Leo almost didn't make it tonight because he was trapped on a boat in St. Bart's. It was just like the Titanic, but worse because Jeff Bezos was there.
All right, moving on in the broadcast to some other stories that we're tracking. Ladies and gentlemen, these are some extremely shocking visuals that have emerged from the 69th School Games Federation of India Under-19 Basketball Nationals in Barmer, Rajasthan. National level schoolboys and girls along with coaches were allegedly forced to sleep on floors and share a single toilet. The conditions have triggered outrage, raising questions about athlete warfare. Planning and accountability is also in question in such school sports events. And remember, this is not an isolated incident. Just a few days ago, we showed you another disturbing story where players were traveling to compete at a national school wrestling championship from Odisha and were forced to sit and sleep near train toilets because they had no confirmed tickets. Two incidents, different states, different stores, but one same story. Young athletes dreaming of representing India, yet battling conditions unfit even for basic travels or stay. These repeated failures now demand one big question. When will India start treating its future champions with respect that they deserve? Hot off your plate and set to your screens. Next segment, ladies and gentlemen, is Hot Trends for you. In a dramatic overnight operation, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife were captured by migrant forces and flown to the United States, triggering global political reactions. But amid the high-stakes geopolitics, it was an unexpected detail that dominated online chatter. Maduro's clothing. Shortly after the capture, United States President Donald Trump shared an image of Maduro handcuffed and blindfolded, dressed in a grey Nike Tech tracksuit. Social media users quickly claimed the outfit had sold out, with Google searches for Nike Tech fleece spiking sharply. Netizens pointed out how a serious geopolitical moment had turned into an unlikely fashion trend. Two-time Olympic medalist and javelin star Neeraj Chopra has announced a major professional shift, ending his decade-long association with JSW Sports to launch his own athlete management firm, Well Sports. Chopra has been backed by JSW Sports since 2016, a partnership that coincided with the most successful phase of his career on the global stage. Reflecting on the move, the 27-year-old acknowledged the role JSW played in his journey, but said that the decision marks a new chapter as he takes greater control over his sporting and professional future. Elon Musk has once again set social media abuzz after posting a photograph showing a reunion with the United States President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump. Captioning the image, "He had a lovely dinner last night with the two. 2026 is going to be amazing." Musk's post quickly went viral. Netizens flooded the comments with reactions like bromance interpreting the moment as a rekindling of Musk's ties with Donald Trump. The image fueled fresh speculation about tech billionaire's political proximity as the online chatter around the perceived bromance surged on. Renowned Malayalam actor and production controller Kannan Pattabhi passed away at the age of 62 on Sunday night after undergoing treatment for a kidney-related ailment at a private hospital in Kozhikode. The news was confirmed by his brother, filmmaker Major Ravi. Pattabhi was a familiar face in Malayalam and cinema and television, known not just for his acting roles but also for his significant work behind the scenes as a production controller. His passing has triggered an outpouring of tributes from the Malayalam film fraternity. Priyanka Chopra Jonas shared another tender glimpse into her life as a mother, posting a sweet moment with daughter Malti during a car ride. The actress shared a photo and video of Malti guzzling happily out of the window, soaking in the scenic view, captioning simply #handprints and tagging husband Nick Jonas. The post resonated widely with the fans. Priyanka continued to offer intimate, heartfelt snapshots of mother balancing stardom with family life. Popular YouTuber and steamer iShow Speed has gone viral yet again, this time for racing a cheetah. In the video, 20-year-old Darren Watkins introduced his opponent with a dramatic flair, declaring, "I am going to race this cheetah today." Shot during his Africa tour, the stunt left viewers stunned, amused and concerned in equal measure. The daring challenge sparked widespread debate online over safety, spectacle and Speed's ever-escalating content antics. Veteran actor and performer Javed Jaffrey has taken a sharp dig at the current crop of dance reality shows, saying they all look the same now. Best known for his association with iconic shows like Boogie Woogie and Takeshi's Castle, Javed Jaffrey said that today's formats lack originality and distinction. His comments struck a chord with viewers nostalgic for an era when dance shows felt fresh, fun and less formula-driven. Zomato founder Dipinder Goyal appeared on Raj Shamani's podcast, but it wasn't the conversation that broke the internet. It was a tiny metallic clip-like device stuck to the side of his head within hours. Social media went into detective mode, guessing everything from a chewing gum, a charger, to a SSD. Memes exploded, reels flooded timelines, and searches for Dipinder Goyal temple device spiked overnight. The gadget has now become the most viral moment from the entire episode. Author and influencer Ashley St. Clair has accused Elon Musk's AI chatbot Grok of generating vulgar, suggestive images of her using photographs when she was 14 years old. In a series of posts on S, and Claire alleged that the chatbox compiled with prompts to undress her, calling the act horrifying and objectifyingly illegal. She said that the original image was a harmless child photo, yet despite repeated requests, the explicit AI-generated images remain online, fueling fresh concerns over AI misuse and accountability. And that's all that we could pack in this edition of Trending Today. We will be back tomorrow, same time, with more stories that are trending and breaking the internet. Thank you for watching.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
QS&THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
स्वाद है?
अरे मेरे राजा,
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड भी, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।